Good morning, students. Today we will revise some of the taught part in electricity, and for that we discuss later part of the electricity in a next class. So today, when we start the revision of the electricity, the first topic related with the electricity is the charge. And when we say the charge has a two state. Sometimes it is in rest, and when it is in rest, it produces electricity, and that electricity is called a static electricity. But when the charge in a motion, then it also produces electricity, but that electricity is called current electricity, as we all know in a previous class. But just for recapitulation, we said that things. So, but we also know about this charges, that charge is has a unit, and that unit is called coulomb, and that is represented by C. And we also know that the charge the particle like protons, it is a positive charge. Particle like electrons, it is a negative charge, and it has a value of the proton charge is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and value of the charge of electron is 1 minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Both are positive, and both proton is a positive charge and electron is a negative charge. So this is all about the, and we also know that charge, the like charge, it means a same nature of charge. Like charges repel, and unlike charge, it means one is positive, then second one is the negative, then they attract to each other. So these are the very basics of the charge, and we have already got this concept about the charge, but in the revision we say that things. Now when we know about the charge or recapitulate about the charge, now we come to a topic called current, or you can say electric currents. And when we say electric currents, we know that it is what? It is a flow of charge. It is a flow of electrons or flow of charge, and that can be represented by I is equal to Q by T, where Q is the amount of charge and T is the time, amount of charge, and T is the time. And this I has a SI unit, and that SI unit is called ampere, and it is represented by capital A. You see here. But when you put into the or study into the current into the circuits, then you see that there is two type of things that flow into the circuit. One is called conventional currents. Conventional current, and that flows from positive to negative. But just opposite to that one, the charge is also flows into the circuit, and that's why the current induced into the circuit. So the direction of the charge is always just opposite to the direction of the conventional current. So it is negative to positive. So the direction of the flowing of the charge is always in a circuit from negative to positive, but direction of the conventional current in a circuit is positive to negative. So this is all about the electric currents, and it has a SI unit that is called ampere. We have also now transposed this formula I is equal to Q by T, where we put in the place of Q Ne by T, and N is what? It is a N is equal to number of electrons, and E is the charge on each electrons, and where T is the time. So you can use also this formula doing a very short objective nature of the numericals. So you can, it is a very important formula for the objective nature of numericals. So you see here, this is all about the electric current. But when we see into the circuits, if the circuit is not connected by the source of the electricity, then we saw that the flow of charge is very random. We can't specify the direction of all the charges into it. But as soon as you connect the circuit with the sources of electricity, then you see that what happens, this random direction of the charge that becomes unified or unidirectional. It goes into the unidirectional, and in this way the current induced into the circuit, or current is produced into the circuit. So this is all about the current, electric current. Now we come to the very important terms, which is called potential difference or electric potential. Potential difference or electric potential. As you know that when a two tub is there, one is full of water, another is also full of water, but it is, and we want to, another is empty. When we want to spill out the water from the full of water into the empty water, then we saw that if the full of water of the tank that has a height of more than the empty water, then we saw that the water is spilling into the empty bucket or tank very easily. But if we put this empty tank above the full of water tanks, then you say that it is not so easy to flow the water into the empty tank. Why so? Because the level of the empty tank is higher than the level of the full tanks. Likewise, here is also, when the circuit is connected with the source of electricity, and what is the function of the source of electricity? It produces, or it passes the pumping the electrons into the circuits, and that's why the current is flowing. So as soon as the electrons moving into the circuit, with every point of the conductor, the number of electrons are differ from the other points of the conductor, and that maintain the potential difference between the point of the conductor. And if it happens, then the current flows into the circuit continuously. But if the current is not, if the potential difference is not maintaining their difference, then the current is not flowing into it. So what is this? The potential is what? It is a unit charge that bring from one point to another point V. This unit charge has done some work, and that is called potential. But if the different charges produces and does the same thing at a different point, then it produces potential difference. So V is equal to W by Q. Work done by unit charge, that is called potential difference, and it is also measured in volts. Thank you.